Hello students, I hope you're all doing well. So today I have decided to do a video class on one of our topics. I selected our chapter on beverage because I remember many of you were absent during this class. Apart from this chapter, if you think any other chapter needs video explanation, you please let me know so that I can prepare a lecture by doing a video and then upload it in Google Classroom for your convenience. So here we begin with a nice picture of all kinds of beverages that we find in the market. You remember so you can see, like when we use the word beverage, what do you mean by beverage? It's a drink. Now what we drink is our drinks are like foods. What do you think? Do you think drinks are foods? Well, they are, but because why? Because many of the drinks that we know of or we consume are made of consumable foods, but not all of them are drank for their food value, such as water. Now, when we think about beverage and what kind of beverage products are available in the market, we see a variety of products that will come in our imagination. Here, it's right now in this picture, we see it is ranging from alcoholic drinks to natural fruit juices to water to even in case of water, you have varieties of them. There is sparkling water, there is non-sparkling water, there is flavored water, then there is carbonated drinks which are non-alcoholic, then there are stimulating drinks. So there are a variety of them, and of course each of them has their different properties and different processing techniques. So we will take a look at it, like what is beverage in the industry of food. So I will start with an introduction. So as I said earlier, some beverages are basically consumed for their food value, not all of them. Beverages are basically like consumed for their variety of purposes. So basically we can divide them into three categories. So number one, we can say that beverages can be consumed for their food value. That means you're drinking those beverages to get nutrients. Example, milk. Then there are drinks that you drink only for the purpose of meeting or removing your thirst. Very good example is water. And then there are drinks which are used for their stimulating properties or simply for pleasure. Now, what do you mean by stimulating? Well, when suppose you are feeling extremely tired, extremely sleepy, then what do? You take a cup of tea or a coffee or maybe an energy drink. Well, they are different. Well, they are some kind of beverages as well. And then there are drinks that we drink for pleasure. Now, there can be variety of them. So if you have to remember that why do we drink beverages, then you can think of these three reasons. Next, now in previous slide I basically pointed out that why we drink beverages, but now in terms of in case of food science and for the purpose of food processing, we can divide the food beverages into three major groups. Number one is basically carbonated non-alcoholic beverages, or as we all know as a common word is soft drinks. Can you think of some examples? Well, it's very easy. Then it is Coca-Cola, Pepsi, Sprite, anything that all these very common brands that are available in the market. So they are carbonated. That means they contain the gas carbon dioxide and they are non-alcoholic. Second one is carbonated or non-carbonated, alcoholic beverages. So, sorry, there is a slight mistake. Let me correct that. It should be alcoholic beverages. Pardon me for the mistake. So yes, the classification is carbonated or non-carbonated alcoholic beverages. Very common example, beer and wine. Beer is a carbonated beverage while wine is a non-carbonated beverage. They both have separate processing techniques. The third category is non-alcoholic, non-carbonated, stimulating beverages. As I mentioned, that what does actually a stimulating beverage do? So examples are tea and coffee. Well, to be very honest, any drink that contains caffeine can work as a stimulating drink. Coca-Cola sometimes can work as a stimulant because it also has caffeine. There can be a further different kind of classification which is based on their formulation, like what kind of ingredients have been used in making of those beverages. Number one is dairy based beverages. That means any drink that contains milk. Now within that there are further two classifications. Number one is acidic. That means that beverage has acid in it. Example, any yogurt press, any drink that is based on yogurt. Second is neutral. That means it does not contain acid. Example, chocolate drink, chocolate shake. I hope you can see the video. I hope the video quality is yes, now it's fine. Now the second classification is plant-based beverage. Now let me tell you one thing, it's a novel kind of field that is emerging because many people, many more and more people are being diagnosed with lactose intolerance. So it's very usual. If you don't know the meaning of lactose intolerance, then let me just give you a very small explanation. That is, if you're lactose intolerant, lactose is a carbohydrate that is found in milk. A person who is lactose intolerant, that means he cannot digest that kind of carbohydrate. So basically, that means those kind of people, if they drink milk or if they consume milk-based products, it will lead to some physical difficulties. So they're always advised to avoid dairy-based kind of foods. So they cannot have milk, they cannot have cheese, or they cannot have yogurt. So but still milk plays a very important role in our life for the improvement of our health. So for those people, to meet their protein requirements, they can go for plant-based beverages, which will help them to meet their extra protein requirement. So usually when we say plant-based beverages, then they can be two types. One that has protein, and second is that does not have protein. Protein-based beverages are example soy, whey, and casein. That means it's a drink where protein is supplemented, where protein is derived either from soy, whey, or casein. Casein is a kind of protein. Whey is a protein that is derived from milk. That means you're getting the protein, but you do not have to drink the milk. There are also other options such as now plant-based beverages. There are many. It's a novel field, as I explained earlier, and it has many advantages. If you can imagine,